So how do you balance between being an actual, your being is introverted with the need to be out there publicly and speaking and doing something like this? Did you sleep last night?
Yes.
Okay. I was wondering if I had you scared.
No, I wasn't scared.
All right, good, good. I'm glad, I'm glad.
I'll clean out test tubes.
Yeah, I'm nothing, yeah. How do you balance that?
I don't know. It's not, whenever I think I've conquered it, then something else happens. As I mentioned earlier, I'm working on this book, and so I'm in I'm at this point of inflection again in my life. And I just hate those, those points of inflection where you've got to change to something else. And so I didn't think about what this book was what it was going to do while I was writing it. I just kind of walked down the seashore, picked up the shiny things, wrote. So I have to change myself in order to market it. So I have to change how I interact, how I have to know things about it, and I have to be able to articulate it. And I'm not that person. I'm just not. And to do it is just too heavy, it's too big, and it consumes me. And I don't want to do that. And if I spend a little bit of time in that marketing space, it makes me tired and weary. But even a long time ago, I would have been awake all night wondering about this interview and what I'd look like, what questions that I would get if I would do anything. And so I kind of got through that and did it enough where it was okay. And it was out of balance then, where I was doing too much of this and it just felt off. And now I'm at another inflection where I'm a little off balance a little bit, and I have to get that back into where it becomes a part of my life. But a lot of people talk about balance as if you can divide yourself into thirds or quadrants. You can be, okay, I'm wife, daughter, CIO, friend, girlfriend. And so that's 4. I'm 1/4 all that. But I'm actually totally, completely a whole person, all those things. And so then as I add another thing like marketeer in there, then I got that off balance thing, and I got to find that way to find a way to do it in my own style, to be able to get the things of a wife, a mother, a girlfriend, a CIO all done together and do that one more thing and do it in a way that's natural, doing it in a way that it has the balance. And it's trial and error, and there is some pain associated with it, and there's some stress associated with it. But guess what? You live, you recover, and you're resilient. You stretch yourself, you have a little bit of pain, just like exercise. You heal, and then you're stronger, and that's how you get the balance, I think.
That's a great way to close for today. I want to think, well, okay, one more. Okay, Catherine, one more, and then we're, so along the way, you picked up, it seems like you really focused on the opportunity rather than looking at the challenges. So in your story, it's like where you are today, how did you perceive challenges, or did you like kind of dismiss those? And what I heard her say, though, really in perceiving her challenges was that she had a formula. I mean, she used math, and she did a formula, and you said, okay, here's the challenge, here's the solution, or the formula for finding a solution. Would you say that's kind of how you did it?
Sort of. It's a little different. Maybe the questions are just a little bit different about if there was a formula and it didn't work. That's probably more the question, like when I went from Justice Department to Department of Energy, so it didn't work. So then there were barriers, and there must have been barriers, and there must have been some real ones. And it's almost like I dismissed them, okay? I ran into, actually this lady made me cry. She made me cry, and she didn't mean to make me cry, but she asked me if I had read the book called The Secret. Well, no, I never heard of The Secret. I don't know what it is. And then she kept saying, are you sure? Are you sure? And I said, I'm sure, I never heard of it. And so what she said was that, she says, I don't realize what I'm doing. And so the question that you're asking me a question about something I don't realize that I'm doing. And she said that I will in spite of any barriers, I will articulate the outcome that I want. I only see the goal, and I see myself getting there. I don't see the barriers to get there, and I don't focus on that. I focus on that, and she felt that I had a way of articulating things into reality, even if there was all this problem with getting there. And she said, I bet you all your wishes come true, don't they? I'll bet you're afraid to ask God for things. And I found that she was right, and it made me cry because I was afraid, I am afraid still today to ask God for those things because I'll get them. And the barriers in life just seem to go away, but sometimes you need the barriers. Or be careful what you ask for, you might get it. And so sometimes I become very much afraid of that. And I'm probably babbling, but it's something that is probably a gift and a curse in a way. But now I'm starting seeing it more as it's not a curse, it's just a way of looking at life. I always tell people when I mentor them or give them advice, don't be like Lot's wife, who turned around to look behind her and then turned into a pillar of salt as they were trying to escape their destruction. And sometimes in life, we look behind us as we try to escape, and we don't look at where we're going. We try to focus on where we came from and maybe what those barriers were. And I don't look at them. It doesn't mean that they don't exist. That's another hour to talk about the barriers that we have as women or as African American people or as anything. But everybody's got barriers. They actually do, no matter what they are. And it's how we face those challenges in life that makes us who we are, and not the challenges themselves.
And I think that we understand now why she is the CIO of NASA and why she'll take us to the stars. This has been phenomenal. I knew you would all enjoy this. You've been spellbound as I have been, and I've been lucky. I've had time to spend with you. I can't thank you enough. This has been wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.